Is it okay for you? Is it okay, sir? Whatever I am saying, like, is it okay to discuss all the things?
Yeah, see, we need to, excuse me, Tikwa, it's your turn to about the introduction.
Well, we're a little bit farther into that. Hi, this is Tikva from Homeopathy for Humanity.
And this is Sanjay from Homeopathy for Humanity. And we have Dr. Sandhya and Gunjan over here.
I think she's a
And
doctor,
yeah, everyone is doctor.
except me.
Yeah. And Tikwa, I want all this gallery view means to go on record, not a speaker view. Okay.
I don't know how to do that.
Means you can see over that right upper
No,
corner.
I don't know where to. I don't know where to find that on my thing.
Speaker view and gallery view.
Yeah, I don't see that on my phone as one of the options.
Okay, you can try. You can switch on in between. We can continue. Okay. Now, today we are going to talk about that part. What we need to understand in the disease state. Means actually, Hahnemann himself has this problem. With conventional understanding of disease, according to the allopathic way or modern medicine way, he was treating the patients or his cases that time, and he has some issue. The concept was to cure the case, and he was having relapse. Everyone knows that. And then he started to study more to understand. And there was a big issue among the community of these homeopaths that time. Anyone was criticized for homeopathy, which was not treating the patient completely. Everyone was having relapse. The medicines were not working well. So that time he was criticized for law of similar was not a complete, it was a complete failure. Then the medicines available, the total number of medicine available in that time was not sufficient to cure all the symptoms or all the diseases present that time. And what he found from study, Tikwa, do you know?
Well, one of the most important things is that he realized that people were getting sick with something that was bigger than the state. And he saw a similarity between the congregation of a whole lot of people's symptoms and a typhus epidemic. And he said to himself, you know, what if I applied this rule for treating an epidemic to chronic disease? And he did a lot of research, a lot of research. He really, you know, he does a lot of research. Hahnemann doesn't come up with ideas and say, but let's just try something new. He went through a lot of work to come up with the concept that there's something that remains uncured in the body once the person gets it. And that old-fashioned word for that is miasma. And he's looking at a bigger picture. He's looking at all the people who have a chronic ailment of a somewhat severe type, and he is looking at that being actually a single disease type. And then he applied a whole different category of medicine called the antisporic. to this one disease type, this miasm that remains uncured in the body, that needs to be treated with one or more antisporic medicines in order to make the person healthy again.
Yeah. So this is the condition we see. But basically, the logic behind to understand the disease state, then to understand the actually disease. Hahnemann faced the problem was that he knows that there are lots and lots of symptoms he found during the drug proving. And if you study all those symptoms, you will come to know those all set of the symptoms could cover whole of the symptoms of whatever disease you can name in the present state, in whatever nomenclature we find in allopathy. Every disease is cured and will have all the symptoms present in the Matra Medica Pura. So there is no issue about whatever number of remedies you are having in hand. Now, the one problem was to understand the concept of disease. Whatever he was having is not applicable as a whole in whatever he was thinking to cure.
Yes, because each phase of each disease shows up as just a mere fragment of a whole. And this is one of his
Exactly.
monumental discoveries, that the presenting state, the current presenting state, is one small fragment of greater disease, the larger disease presentation.
And we know there is no smoke without fire. Right. Everything has a cause. Every state, every symptom has a cause. And we see Hahnemann began to explain the word health in the present, very early part of explaining or teaching homeopathy. Why he wanted to explain the health. If you look what is health, then we can see in the Matra Medica, vital force in the harmony and everything. What that means actually. This means that you're having certain amount of energy which performs certain signs and symptoms of your bodily organs and bodily system. And these are the factors we need to understand first. In certain level, means how can I explain that term? Tikwa, can you assist me? Equilibrium.
I'm not, oh, when the body's in balance, it's not going to produce symptoms.
No. Symptoms are coming far later. But earlier, what we have to know about natural functions and sensation. Okay. Functions and sensation are there. Okay. And these functions are and sensation will be dependent upon the body you are having. You are having certain type of body that and certain type of organ that will function accordingly. There will be nothing less or nothing more. Whatever function you are having, that is optimal for the type of body you are having. Okay. And we see that someone is having, suppose, a good state, a good built up, and his body is functioning in the or living in the healthy state. What we see? Suppose the man wakes up in the early in the morning and he starts walking on the road or running on the road. Whatever activity he is performing, that activity is consuming the energy. And after some time, he will feel that he is lacking some energy to perform more activity. And if he try to push himself more than that, still he will go furthermore, but then he will exhaust that energy. And after exhaustion, what we will see? This person will collapse. But after some time, this energy will rebounds or repose into our original state automatically. And after resting for some time, and he might go further more distance, right? This ability of body to utilize energy in the activity, and after resting for some time or with the time, it rebounds or what we call get into the reposition in the original state after some time. And it does not need any medicine for this. This state to bring back that equilibrium is actually healthy state. But imagine someone is utilizing the energy in performing the bodily activities. Whatever I have given example was about his physical activities. But imagine there are involuntary functions going inside our body at the cellular level, and they are involuntary. Even for that activities, this energy is been utilized. And when someone is having or feeling lack of energy to perform certain activity, what will happen? Any example? Gunjan?
Yes, sir. I don't understood what you are asking. I don't know. Like,
Take one.
Yes, Sanjay?
Can you give a little example? What will happen if someone is having or feeling lacking energy to perform his activities?
he felt tired.
Yeah, he feel tired when it is a physical thing or voluntary thing. But I am talking about the involuntary activities which is happening subconsciously or inside his body is involuntary. Like his functions at cellular level, his functions at liver, kidneys, or other parts of organ. What will happen?
They will show some symptom.
Yeah, it will show, means that part of body or that part of the organ will function, will be not at the optimal level, right?
Yeah, we could talk about how there's a lot of diseases that nowadays science are naming mitochondrial malfunction.
Yeah, you
Where just
can,
at the cellular level, things aren't working properly.
yeah, you can use that word, but I just want to explain the broad thing. I want to explain the function and the sensation,
Great.
which is optimal and which is not optimal. The energy which is being utilized for performing this function, right? And body's ability to bring back that energy without having any medical help is healthy state.
Self-repair.
Yeah. And in disease state, what we see, body is not able to bring back. If you look at aphorism 72 in chronic disease definition he has given, he explained body is not able to help itself to restore on its own.
Without
Means-
assistance.
Yeah. So
So
Yeah.
I guess we could sum it up that in health, the body will self-correct and self-heal. And when there's
Exactly.
disease, the body needs assistance, dynamic assistance from outside the body in the form of medicine. And not just any medicine, but dynamic medicine.
Yeah, dynamic medicine. And now question arises, what is dynamic medicine? When we talk about dynamic medicines, it's not about the material medicine. It's not about the quantity.
It's meant energetic medicine.
What is energy?
When the means matter just by the potentization, we convert into energy form.
Yeah, I can understand, but we should have some logical explanation.
Yeah, it's the amount of force necessary to create something to happen.
What is there between two molecules? What holds the
Motion,
two molecules?
motion, force.
It comes from the word dyne, which is a Greek word. Dyne, dynamic.
Dynamic is motion and
Activity.
energy and force.
Activity. It's about activity. Right?
Okay.
Say, if you look at the structure of atom, so every element have certain amount of means neutrons, protons, and electrons. Huh? As long as these neutrons, protons, and electrons in certain number, in certain substance,
Hmm.
the character of that substance will be whole.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like a hydrogen is the one, helium is the
Even,
two.
yeah, even one atom holding that certain number of protons, neutrons, and electrons will
Yeah.
hold the whole character of that certain substance, right? So we are talking about one atom. Okay, we are talking about certain number of atoms, certain numbers of that still smaller thing, electrons, protons. If you go more inside, you will see that small particles are there, which are just bonding together with certain energy. And they are not stable, they are constantly just moving like this, like honey, that what do you call it? Honeybees making sound.
Hush.
हा. कळतंय गुंजन तुला?
हो सर, पण म्हणजे हे काय तुम्हाला परफेक्ट हेल्थ एक्सप्लेन करताय का सर?
नाही मी okay.
व्हॉट इज डायनामिक मेडिसिन?
No, I am trying to explain what is dynamic.
ओके.
Huh? Because everything lies in the word dynamic. We are using dynamic medicine. We are treating dynamics in the body.
ओके.
We are not talking of the material medicine, or we are not talking about the material body. But what is energy? Our homeopathic medicines are energy. We are not talking about energy as such, because there is because when we talk about energy, we see there is no bonding between these molecular structure like electron, protons, and neutrons. They are free. But in atom, we see they are bonded together with the energy. Huh?
Okay.
And
Okay.
the certain number of certain number of electron, protons, and electron bounded together in an atom. That atom will hold the characteristic features of that particular substance. As long as all the structures are together. But if you still break that structure, if you free that electron, if you free that neutrons and protons, then there will be the energy. And you will not able to make the differences between one substance from other substance. Energy is a soul, is like supreme. There is no difference. So we are not talking about pure energy. We are talking about the bonds between the atom. And there is a vibration between the small particles in the atom. What we do with the process of dynamization we call, or potentization we call, we just vibrate that thing more vigorously. ठीक हुआ?
Yes.
What is vibrational energy?
Vibrational energy is just like a wavelength or a
Yeah.
movement.
वो जो छोटा छोटा पार्टिकल्स होता है उसके अंदर, मीन्स एटम के अंदर पार्टिकल्स, and these are hold together. They are not stable structures. They are not stable structures. They are continuously just in the motion.
I don't
And
know if you
what-
mean to say that they're not stable, because they are usually very, very stable unless you're looking at some of the elements that are not stable. Because things, like water is stable, air is generally stable, and it requires a tremendous amount of force or energy to break those atomic structures. So
No,
I think,
no. Just I am trying to explain the structures. Means the things holding these, the things between that small protons or small electrons we see.
yeah, but we don't even see those. And using things like the Hadron Nuclear Collider, they have so many new products that are just fragments between the protons, neutrons, electrons, that I don't exactly know where you're going with it. Because a dyne is a unit of energy, and energy is what is used in order to be dynamic energy to heal people. So there's something that happens in the titration process that releases dynamic energy that nobody completely understands, but Hahnemann does say that it's not very important that we understand. We just notice that it's true because it works. So something that happens during the titration and succussion process enhances the dynamic energy at the same time as reducing any potential toxicity or other problematic areas of the medicine. So there's something special that happens with the process of potentization. To make something potent means to make it strong, to make it active, to make it have power. And so we are releasing the power of substance that may or may not be medicinal in its original form.
Exactly.
Okay, understood.
And still we can find that atomic structure intact between the drug we are using. Okay. But the main thing we are about to learn here is how, what is what do you call a latent sora? What is latent sora?
The body.
If
It
you
is not
learn, yes, yes,
not clearly, but some symptoms present that is the latent sora. Means like a nose block. Nose block is related to latent sora.
okay.
Some symptom when you give a medicine, most similar medicine to the person, but still
No,
after
no.
some time,
No, she's
There-
got a very good point here. She's on it. She's on it. She's on it. Go ahead, Gunjan. You're
Go
right.
ahead.
after that some symptoms they keep on lingering, right? So we need to give some medicine to rule out that that little symptom. For that we need a soric medicine, and after some time also, after treating with soric anti-soric medicine also, that symptom remains sometimes because it is a genetic of the person. Is it right, ma'am? Sir?
Well, I would say that probably genetics at this point is kind of a little bit off topic, but yes, you had it. You had it right there. When we have somebody who's sick and we give them a standard class medicine for their
Yeah.
sickness and they don't get well completely, we need to go deeper because we realize that there is something else wrong. So you've got that perfect. You do.
So for that, anti-psoriatic medicine only should be given, or antipsychotic or syphilitic? What is it? What we should give?
Well, if somebody has a history of genital warts or gonorrhea, we're going to need to approach the case a little bit differently and use some medicines like Thuja or perhaps nitric acid or,
So
things
we
like
can
that.
I just wanted a list of that medicine, and see, there are so many anti-psoriatic medicine, right? So we need to select a similar medicine. Is it okay? In the group of
Yeah,
anti-psoriatic medicine, we need to select one similar anti-psoriatic medicine which is suitable in present condition.
exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, and now this point is clear for me.
Mhm. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. Now it is clear.
Now we
one
need
question.
to understand. See,
Yeah, so latent just means that it's resting, that it's not active, it's not developed. See, at some point, the person has become infected with something that causes the disease known as spora. Now, spora isn't actually one disease in and of itself. It's a little
Now,
more complicated by that. So
can
at some point, people will, if they have this disease underlying, it's going to be something that's mild, and it's just going to have very, very mild symptoms. And so when we're reviewing the lists of latent spora, that means it's resting. It's barely noticeable in the body. But we know that when people have these symptoms, that we need to treat them with an antispora. Yes, they might need bryonia first. Yes, they might need ignatia first. But later on, we need to progress to an antisporic medicine as well.
now,
then-
for example, I had one case of one lady was suffering with cellulitis of age around 52 or 53. So I have given one similar medicine and she got better with that phosphorus. Like I have given her phosphorus in water doses for 5 to 6 times, and the burning was reduced, the ulcer got healed. But one complaint on and off, she is complaining she has one pricking type of pain inside the bone. The cellulitis was on the ankle bone. So is it a latent flora, or I need a higher potency of that medicine?
Is that symptom in phosphorus?
No.
Okay, so you need to move to another antisporic that has that symptom.
So after that, I have given her on the basis of the totality, I have given her Cilicia, and then she is better.
Good, perfect. You're doing great.
So I don't know. It was just a random symptomatic simillimum. I don't know about the miasm basis on that. Like it was not healing completely. So I thought cellulitis, some pus or something is there, which is not getting healed. And Cilicia is best for that. And for on that basis, and 1-2 symptoms were there. One pricking pain was there. So I have given her Cilicia.
Okay, great. You did it. And if you need to give her Heparin sulf, because that also has pricking pain, go ahead and do that. You go
And
through as many
Heparin sulf-
antisporic medicines as you need to in order to complete the cure.
but everything should be dependent upon the totality, presenting
Yeah.
totality.
Preventing totality. But sometimes what I feel is she was getting better with phosphorus, right? 30 in repetition I have given her, I think 6 times. So she was better in increasing potencies. Like in 30 centesimal scale I have given her in water doses every time 5 to 10 succession. But after that, the complaint was lingering. So I was like little bit confused whether I should shift to next potency, or I can give the like that what I have done.
So you take the
So-
totality, you have your initial totality, right? And
Mm.
then after, if anything changes or if anything's still left, then you can look at the totality of that again, just like you did. And then you gave silica, which is fine. Because you've used now 2 antisporics. Phosphorus is an antisporic, silica is an antisporic. And when we've relieved like a good portion of symptoms with one medicine, but there's still something that remains, you check to see if that's in the medicine you're currently using. If it's not in the medicine you're currently using, you move to the next antisporic that has it prominently. Okay? So you're
Okay,
doing.
so where I get that list of antisoric medicine, and
You want list of antisoric remedy.
yes, yes.
Okay, tomorrow we will put in the group.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, whatever you have experienced and unknowingly you did the right thing. But you should know the way.
Yes, that is not getting clear. Now I am clear about the water dosing and all. So I am following it perfectly. I am getting good vision.
Okay.
That is not an issue. So all topics should be clear in that way. That's what I
Yeah.
feel.
Now we will see when a person gets in contact with the contagion, what happens, how this infections enter the body, then how the symptoms get developed, and to what symptoms we give certain words like primary manifestation or secondary manifestation or latent sora or developed sora. Huh? So if you know this cycle, then it will be making the things much more easier. See, first thing, this is the body, and in the first attempt or first time it is getting into the contact with an contagion or a noxia. Right from that contact point, that infection will enter into the body. You might not see any changes over the skin or that contact surface. There is nothing, no itching, no burning, and that infection will enter in the body, and it will be all in the waste or in vain, even by if you try to wash your hand or what that contact surface with soap and water or anything else, because infection already entered. And here Hahnemann says it spread in the body through, not from blood, but through what? Take what?
Through the nervous system.
Yeah, he said it spread through nerves. What infection will spread through nerves? He is not talking about the material disease. He's talking about dynamic. He's talking about dynamic energy.
So as soon as we take birth, it is going to enter anyway.
Exactly. That's what Hahnemann told. Huh?
Okay.
So here, this dynamic travel of that spread of infection in the body, it will take some time to complete cover whole body. Huh?
Okay. Okay.
It
You
will take some
explained.
time.
Yes.
Huh? And after some time, when it completes covering whole body, somewhere on the body, not at the point of contact where the body has been with the contagion. Somewhere on the body, you will see some minor or minute lesion or some eruption or some in any form. And Hahnemann says this lesion which appear on the surface of the body after completion of internal growth, this call and primary manifestation of internal disease. What is internal disease? Which has been traveled from that contact and it has covered the whole body, and after completion it has given you a lesion on the surface.
Yes. You
This,
explained.
yeah, this lesion is called a primary manifestation. And this lesion does not have any dependency or what do you call dependency on the susceptibility of that individual. It will have direct effect of that internal disease or whatever infection has been traveled. Huh? That's why it is a primary manifestation. It is a most contagious. He is telling it will spread to others. If
But
you, if,
it will be present in everyone. No? See, everyone is going to inhale. With first breath, it is going to come in you then.
no. Hanuman is talking about if you have a touch with anoxia. What is
Oh,
noxia? Take over. What
okay.
is noxia? A noxious
That's
agents,
really old fashioned word for germ.
a germ, infection,
Okay.
and not which have ability to
But
derange.
yes, sir. But it is going to come, no? As soon as the infant will take birth, it is going to come.
But see, body has its own ability. It will not come unless and until it is. It might be in the environment. It might be in the birth. If you touch that infection, then it needs touch. It cannot spread from air directly. Means, are you able to understand this thing?
It says that it is
Mm.
not the airborne disease.
No, it may be airborne, but that needs to have an at least touch.
But see, sir, you are trying to explain like that way. Ki Sora, it manifests on the skin. See, first anything it comes on the surface, right? So it
But
comes on the skin.
it comes on skin after development of
Of
internal.
internal expression.
Ah,
Okay. But so
ah,
in everyone, why don't it goes in everyone? It means the person is susceptible, then only it is going to come in.
yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it right?
yeah, you're right. But whatever you are saying that you are not, if you are inhaling, if you are inhaling a
No, no,
wrong
I'm not
air,
talking about inhalation. I'm talking about everything. Inhaling, touching. If you come, see, the newborn baby,
if
at
you
least
touch the
5 to
newborn
6.
baby with infected hand, that infection
Yes,
will travel.
yes, yes, yes.
If you, that baby is breathing in means, improper air, contaminated air, that will have, because that noxious things in the that contamination needs to touch the skin or mucous membrane of that
Okay,
baby.
I understood. Whatever abnormal noxious agent that causes skin to skin touch or mucous membrane touch, then it develop internally in the body and it comes externally on the surface.
After some time, you will see some lesion over the skin, and he says this lesion is highly contagious.
Right,
Huh?
and it's very
And
interesting, the list of spora. The
uh,
list of pathogens that are related to spora, like Taenias, all the different Taenias, like Taenia
Yes,
versicolor, Taenia capitis, right?
yes,
Tetter is like an
cradle
epidemic
cuff you
pathogen.
see in babies.
There's,
Cra-
herpes itself, there's erysipelas, there's unspecified eruptions where people didn't know what the pathogen was. And what did you say you just treated that patient with? They had, what's it called? What did you say? You know, that,
Scabies.
no, not scabies. Scabies is like just this little thing that sits under the skin. Scabies is actually not really listed exactly. He just calls it a scabious eruption, but it's not really. No, Gunja was saying about she had a case, the person had cellulitis, right?
eczema. Ah,
Cellulitis.
yes.
Okay, so cellulitis is a staph infection. So cellulitis would be a form of psora. And so we have fungi, we have
There,
viruses, we have
so some
bacteria.
people, what they do is, in cases of staphylococcal infection, they, when the symptoms are lingering at the end, as an intercurrent remedy, they give staphylococcinum. Is it the right way or no?
Not
The
the
rule-
best, not the best thing, not
You
necessary.
know, but I have certain remedies over like this. I don't know. Yeah, this is the remedy.
Yes,
You've
so
been using that?
yes,
You use that, Sanjay?
It's
I have
seal.
not, I have not used this.
No, I also not use. I just brought it. It's seal.
See, I have tried using these things and they don't really help very much. In my experience, and Roberts, you know, Roberts has the same experience. He says it doesn't really further the healing. Somebody named, what's his name? Ian Watson, somebody mentioned in the group yesterday. She was reading Ian Watson's book, and he was saying that sometimes it can be very dangerous to use these products. And so I think that we should stay with the tried and true and just use the symptom similarity.
Okay, fine. Okay, clear.
Okay. Now what Hahnemann says here, this primary manifestation. He says with or without eruption.
Okay.
Each disease. What is each disease? And he
Itching.
says itching. And the disease which have itching. Huh? And he said it might be associated with eruption or without eruption.
Yes.
Huh? Second thing,
Yeah.
he says it is most contagious. It will
Yes.
spread to others.
Yes.
And most important, homeopath need to understand this lesion over skin is actually a safety valve of internal disease.
Yes.
What is safety valve, Tikwa? You can explain it much better.
Can
Safety
I
valve.
better? You think so, huh?
Yeah.
When the disease that is throughout the whole body is infected. When the disease sits on the surface, it has an outlet. When that outlet is closed, the disease just gets stronger in the body and will affect other organs. So it's at the safest in the skin level.
Means it is more stable as long as this lesion is over there on the skin.
Yes, it is external.
It will not not grow very fast, or it will not spread to other organs like that.
Yes.
Huh?
Understood.
But once you close this safety wall
Outdoor. Mm.
outlet, then internal disease means whatever was growing was actually coming from that outlet. Okay. And
But sir,
now
sometimes it happens in the skin patient, if some person is suffering with some skin disease and we give the medicine, the person get cured, and after 1-2 years they come up with a different different layers of internal
because
diseases.
you haven't using or you haven't completed the case with certain antisoric remedies.
Okay, so we need to end it with that thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
See,
understood.
whatever presenting totality, you have to give on the presenting totality and you have to close
But
with antisoric.
sometimes if they get cured, no, at that time they have cured. There is no symptom. Like if some person is coming up with eczema and they are got cured, so there is no symptom, nothing. So why there is need to give antisoric medicine, like similar
Okay.
medicine?
Okay. I will explain that thing. Huh? Just
Okay.
give me 5 minutes. Huh? Once this outlet is closed, internal disease, which is having ability to grow, to give off, it start growing inside again. But now there is no outlet, and it will just be pushing all over the body. Means try to find outlet, and there is no outlet. It will have one try, it will have second try, it will have, but there is somewhere in the body, that particular person will have certain amount of susceptibility, certain amount of sensitivity to certain things. And when this person moves with in the exciting cause, or have some exciting cause, and he will give certain amount of symptoms, because there is an internal disease was trying to show its expression, but there is nothing happening, there is no outlet. But when the person is having or moving into some exciting causes, he'll this body, or this individual body will have certain susceptibility or sensitivity towards certain things.
Whether we have suppressed that outlet, I am asking that way. Like, see, we have treated the skin diseases, right? So we have suppressed that outlet so that it is not
Yeah.
coming from this side and it is coming up from the different side.
No, it tries to come. It's haven't come yet. It tries to have expression, but body is strong. Body is not weak. Now the particular body will become more vulnerable in certain exciting causes. Like some will be in certain cold, or somewhere in the rain, or getting wet, or
No,
whatever.
what I'm asking is, see,
Uh,
one patient has some skin problem, right? So it was coming externally. We
yeah.
have given some homeopathic medicine. After that, he got cured with that medicine.
Means you are
There was
saying that
nothing.
someone is coming with skin disease, and you are giving homeopathic remedy for that.
Right. Huh. After that, after some time, he is getting completely cured, right?
And after
After
some time, he will again come back.
with not skin disease, with some other complaint.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
means you haven't followed through with treatment long enough. For example, if you use the regular class of medicine on an eruption, let's say you give Rhus tox on a skin eruption, you give it for the skin eruption, then you haven't used an anti-spore. The spora that's inside the body is still there. And at
And
some
first thing,
point,
No, but we can't say it like that, na. Ki the person, if we are given antisoric medicine, will not come up with some higher illness. It is not like that, na.
no, listen,
if we
Gunjan,
work hard enough to make sure that there are no more traces of latent spora, hopefully they'll stay healthy for a good long time.
and one more thing, we should not forget, it is not only one time the body gets infection. You are living in the pool of contagions, and you are vulnerable to have uh, that infection multiple times.
Means it is like that. Ki for that time you have treated that the thing, the susceptibility. Then the situation of the person changes. He comes with the contact with the other things, and the body react in other way. You can say it like
Exactly.
that.
No, no, no. What I am going to say, I was going to say, see, he now the 30 years old man is coming for the treatment for the skin disease. This skin disease might be on that part from last 2 months or 3 months or 6 months. Just see. We know that he has been treated that thing with the external applications.
No, I'm not saying external application. I'm saying homeopathic medicine only.
Oh, but that patient have already, the patient will come to homeopath.
If small kid, let's take an example of a small kid,
Ah.
and he is having some external skin eruption. We have given the medicine, he got cured. It happens
Right.
sometimes with some cases, like so
Right.
he got cured for like 1-2 year. He don't have any complaint, and after like 2 or 3 years, he had some polyp or something like that. So
Exactly.
is it like that ki we have suppressed it or
No,
no? The
no,
body
no.
body
You are
Laura,
not
this is-
suppressing
This
with a
is latent
homeopathic
flora
remedy.
has redeveloped into a new disease. So when we do.
You are just pushing that sora in the latent form. Huh?
There just hasn't been enough treatment. You
And
need to make
after
sure that there's enough treatment. that's
some
all.
exciting cause, it will come back again. Latent sora will always show its expression from exciting cause. It need cause. That's why I use there is no smoke without fire. Huh?
okay.
You just
You
need to
are-
make sure that you're treating people with enough medicine for a long enough period of time so
So
that
for
absolutely no symptom of latent spora remains in the body. So the skin eruption might be gone because we've done our job most of the way. But if the child still gets frequent colds or has a regular stuffy nose, or even just small things like that are in the lists of latent spora, we know that we have to continue with the treatment and perhaps give another dose of calc carb or sulfur or whatever the person needs. You just need to just continue treatment a little bit longer. That's all.
and that's
No,
what I
I'm
was
not saying
also.
that. Ma'am, what I'm asking is, see, we have treated the skin eruption, right? And the latent sora, you are saying we have treated that also. But it's not like that, na, ki for lifetime they will not have any disease.
They will
Right. So they
have,
might get spora
definitely.
again. They might
They
get
might
spora
get
again.
infection again.
They
They
might.
might have a reinfection, or the baby might had.
Means for that time they got cured. It is like that.
Yeah, and baby might have infection even earlier, which you
Okay.
don't know.
I understood.
Huh? So we don't know, means actually we don't know everything from his birth to. When someone is coming after 10 years and we don't know what happened first 5 days of his life.
Yes.
Huh? And now second time he got infection and he came to a homeopath. You give him homeopathic remedy, it will cure. And again after say 6 months or a year, that boy coming again with some other elements. It doesn't mean that you had suppressed. It just means that it need a more medicine. Because there is not only one sora, there is a chances of reinfection.
Okay.
Huh? There
This
are, whenever he will have an exciting cause, he will show up a symptom.
I have one question. In the homeopathy, we can suppress the disease or not?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we can. If we're
Yeah,
not
you
careful,
can.
we can.
If you give a wrong remedy, then you will,
Then
you
how
can
to
say it's palate.
Okay, then
It's-
how to identify we have given the wrong body, because the person saying कि I am cured, I am feeling the well, and yeah, our skin eruption is gone.
No, listen, see, a sensation of well-being is always will show that you are in the right track. And if the symptoms are gone and there is no sensation of well-being,
Okay.
the patient is uneasy, patient is disturbed, patient is anxious.
Means
And
patient is not the healthy again. When there's some,
suppose there is some lesion on the skin and you are treating. Huh?
yeah,
The lesion is she has removed,
yeah, by
but
the wrong
patient is
medicine. Sometimes it happen by the wrong medicine.
and patient is restless or patient is anxious, or
Okay,
he starts showing some other symptom mentally or physically.
okay. Or if it's the
And
right medicine, then means ki no suppression. When the patient is the condition is also improved, means there is a no,
yeah,
there is well-being symptoms and remove of the
huh,
eczema and all the symptoms. This is a
exactly.
totality.
There will be there will be the sensation of well-being, feeling well-being.
Yeah,
Huh?
matlab well-being plus remove of the skin erosion,
Yeah,
both are the complete the cure means.
yeah. If there is removal of symptom, but there is no sensation of well-being,
Yeah.
then
So
you
it's
are on
mean
the
not
wrong track.
still there is some diseases going on the inner side.
Yeah, or you might need some more medicine.
Yeah. Thank you.
And what I wanted to tell that when you remove this outlet, internal disease will not have that outlet. So it starts growing, it's trying to show expression, and there is no way out. So whenever that individual is face certain things or certain exciting cause to
Okay.
which this body or this individual is susceptible or
Okay.
sensitive, and
Okay.
there is internal disease present, it will show off.
Okay.
Huh? But after some time, with the time, that will go back again. He will feel better again without any medicine.
Okay.
And these things are latent sora.
Okay.
But how long this will sustain? There is exciting cause, internal disease will show off its expression, and
Okay.
it will again go back. How
Yes.
long it will go? This internal disease will gradually make that individual susceptibility more weaker from inside. And one day, with exciting cause, this person will break out. And he will break out at some other symptoms which might not be same as primary manifestation. It will show off symptoms dependent on the susceptibility on which this individual has been broken.
Okay. It means that this is a secondary manifestation.
And this is secondary manifestation. And this secondary manifestation is totally dependent on susceptibility of individual. It is, and it is not contagious. It will not spread to other individual.
Okay. Means the primary is a contagious, but when the secondary infection comes, it is not contagious.
It is individualized.
Yeah.
It is dependent because internal disease was there. And there, the person, that individual is constantly facing some exciting causes.
Yeah.
And after certain time, that internal disease from that exciting cause will show off its expression. But this expression or this totality or these symptoms which has come out from that exciting cause might not need treatment or might need treatment. Huh? These are symptoms of that internal, latent sore.
Okay.
But body will not sustain like this for a long time. Means these symptoms are coming and this will go back again. These symptoms are coming and this will go back. With the time, that individual susceptibility will be
When the
what
over,
weaker
it
and
can be
weaker,
say,
weaker
yeah,
and
when can,
weaker with
it,
the time.
it's
And
matlab
with
like some the
the
winter asthma is the come in the winter, then the exciting cause, then is the susceptibility is low that time.
no, actually, the person who is having asthma in winter, he is sensitive to cold throughout the year.
Okay.
It will not come directly on in the winter. It will show off symptom throughout year. Sensitivity towards coldness,
Mhm.
or
Okay.
some other thing, like dust allergy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Some
when we give the right medicine, no? So if it is the intensity is say 70% this year, so if we'll give right medicine, so the next year the person is suffering in a less intensity. What
exactly,
I experienced,
exactly. If 70%, next year you will see it would be
30, 40.
65, yeah,
Okay.
60. It will take some time to cure. It will not go off like just allopathic medicine. Take a medicine and he
Sometimes
starts
it
feeling
goes,
better.
no, sir. Sometimes it goes.
Acute,
Yeah,
acute
you
state,
yeah,
acute
you know, I
phases.
mean, with the appropriate, really aggressive
Yes,
anti-toric treatment, you can cure
yes,
asthma within a few months. If
yes,
you're
yes.
really aggressive, you can.
Yeah, I have that experience. I have so many cases. It has gone. Like for the first say for the first time they are suffering 70-80%. So the next year they are suffering just 20% like that only. Not
But
in that intensity.
but
And
if you speed up the treatment, you can shorten that time and you can make it so the next winter there is no asthma. If you
so if I repeat the same dose, if the symptoms are same, so the like whatever medicine I have given, if I repeat the same medicine next year, the patient is better, absolutely better. I have that experience.
yeah, but you can, if you even just make the treatment faster in the beginning, you might not have any relapse the next winter.
Yeah,
Yes. Faster in the sense, what should be done?
repetition.
Okay, fine.
Repetition.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Redynamize
Going.
doses,
Uh-huh.
infrequent dosing, especially LM potencies.
Yes, yes.
I use a 200 or a 1M frequently, you know, just wait long enough until you see that it's just slowing. As
So
soon as it's
then, yeah, we are
bang that
not
person
getting.
with medicine again.
Actually, I am gathering that courage to give that 201 directly. I am not that confident on my selection, so I try to give.
When you get
I
confident, you'll know. And then as soon as that improvement slows, you just succuss that bottle and say, take that again. And just bam,
Don't
bam, bam, you're hitting the person with,
don't wait.
and the
Don't
next
wait
year
until
they don't
winter
have
comes.
asthma.
Yeah, don't
so
wait until winter
with this
comes.
session, at least we got the confidence to CM potency. If we'll repeat in the 30, so there will be no side effects, right? So now we are experiencing that. So we are coming on that path also to 200 and 1M like that.
Because see, the quantity, the amount of medicine in the dose is so much more important than the strength or the potency of the dose. So like there's a huge difference that if you use 3 pellets or 1 pellet in your dilution, that makes a big difference. If
How,
you
ma'am? And
dilution, these are the things that make a difference. It's not the problem that the potency is too high. The problem is that there's too much medicine in the dilution. So it's
oh,
perfectly safe to use a 1M or whatever, for somebody that has good vital energy, somebody who's, young, strong, and healthy. We don't want to give somebody a 1M over and over and over again in order to progress the cure when they have advanced kidney disease and they're 90 years old. That's like not, that is wrong. But if you've got somebody who's 12 and they have asthma and you're going to give them a 1M and you're going to give it again in a month, that's perfectly fine, provided they don't have like extremely weak vitality, because it's the amount of medicine, not the strength of potency, that is the important factor here.
so I put, sometimes I give the 4 to 5 pills to put in the water. So that is also wrong.
Too much,
Just
too much. 1 pill, 1 pill, 1 pill, 1 pill.
Only
But,
size is also important, no?
yeah, poppy seed, but not still not on that pathway. I'm using
I
the
don't know.
30 size.
1 minute. I don't know if
Not
you
from them.
are you able to read it.
Yes, yes.
Point number 2 or 3.
The
Yes.
remedy potentize in
And dissolving in water.
water.
Okay.
No,
So
no.
it should be in poppy seeds
No,
size
no,
only.
no. Point number 3.
The remedy is given in a small dose. 1 pill in 7 to 8 tablespoon of medical solution given in the split doses. Okay, etc.
Can I
Right.
tell you
But
how big a dilution I use? I use a 17 tablespoon dilution generally. I
7,
use 17. I use a 1/4 liter generally. So 1 pill or 2 pills
which
to a
size?
1/4 liter poppy seed, the little one. I don't know what you call them in
You
India.
are talking about centesimal scale, right?
No. Oh, yes. Centesimal scale. So I'll use like 17 tablespoons of water, because generally I'll use a 1/4 liter. You know how you have the 1/2 liter water bottles?
So
You
in
know the
a,
water
yeah,
bottles?
yeah, you have shown that. But what
Yeah.
I am asking is in centesimal scale or in LM potency you are talking? In LM potency we use poppy seeds, like.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have medicine in poppy seed in centesimal as well.
Okay, fine. And
So
I am
1
repeating
pill.
it. Okay.
Means you
And I
are
am
asking ki
repeating.
which size in the globus is used in the centesimal scale.
Yes.
Yeah, you can get the
According
poppy
to
seed.
centesimal scale in the chronic disease, there is a written is you have to mustard size, mustard seed.
Yes.
But the
That is poppy.
but
Poppy and
the
mustard.
mustard seed, when the Dr.
That
Hahnemann
is
used the
good
30
only.
C potency, when he was written, there is a mustard seed only one, but one in globus, not the more than one globus.
Yes. Okay.
Size and quantity is a very important.
Mhm.
But if
Exactly.
you will read in the pharmacy book, there is a so many difference. There is a written in the
Yes.
for the children is a 1 globus and the for the adults is a 2 globus. It is not. Whether is a children, whether is a young, whether whatever, you have
Same
to
single
same thing.
globule will
But
work.
you can liquid is changed. Like the children is, then you can use a drop, like a 10 drops, 20 drops water. But the size of the globus is the same for all the time. Means 0 month to like 80 years or 90 years people, we have to same seeds.
Yeah. So in the centesimal scale, ma'am, Sir, I'm giving if I say in acute cases, in centesimal scale also, in water doses, I'm giving. Hello.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In acute cases, I am making a dilution. I inform to the patient to make a water solution in half liter of bottle and add 1 pill, and then I give the repeated doses. Every time I explain them to give a strokes, at least 5 strokes they have to give, and keep the.
How many doses do you repeat?
No, it depends. If they are feeling better, no, I explain them. "Ki, see, you have to give the dose and then see how you are feeling. If you are feeling better, then there is
Stop.
no need to repetition. And if you are not feeling better, so you take 3 doses, morning, afternoon, evening, and still you are not feeling better, then you come again tomorrow. In 3 to 4 days, patient should feel better. If they are feeling better, I tell them to reduce the doses. It's like that because I'm using 30 potency.
Reduce or stop?
No, I'm not saying to stop because the intensity of diseases is high. Then I tell them to reduce it, and once they feel better, then stop.
You're talking about the acute disease or you're talking
Acute.
about the
Acute,
Yeah.
acute.
acute?
Acute.
So, but
Acute.
mostly acute diseases are more than 7, not the 7 days. Mostly 3-4 days is the duration
Ah,
of the acute disease.
for the
They
But
always
they need lot of repetition.
Yes, they need repetition. I think so. Now only I told to one case I have shared with Tikwa madam also about that otitis media. So it required me in 30 potency. I have to give the patient 6 doses in water. Like then
yeah.
she got completely cured. It was like that.
In the organ have written is the every 5 minutes if you need we can repeat it.
But they are saying they have explained it. I have attended these lectures, so they are explaining ki you have to give the stroke every time. So
Yeah,
every time I
because the
explain.
same potency never work. Dr. Hanneman told that seven
Yes.
we are changed to degree, not the potency. By the
So now,
suggestion we
now,
can change the degree, not the potency. We are not 30
now,
to 31.
yes. Now I am gathering the courage to start with 201 m so that
Yeah.
there is no need to repetition. I think so. Let's
Yeah,
hope for a good result.
200 in an acute works a lot better than
However,
30.
Yes.
higher you are going, you should be more accurate.
Yeah, but see, is in the starting there should be like we get scared. Like it is like that.
No, you don't have to worry about higher potencies. But if you are focusing on the right symptoms and you are
Yes.
having a right simillimum, there is
Now
nothing to worry.
now I am on that path because earlier it was not like that. It was all chaos. Now some points are getting clear, little with your help and madam help. Yeah, it's working good.
So I think we should stop here now.
Yes. So looking forward to regular lectures.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, we will have a regular lecture. What do you say,
No,
Tikwa?
sir, it has helped us a lot. Like we understand, we try, like it is
But
helping it.
we also need from you guys to have means to suggest us the topic.
No, sir, we can start with the starting only, no? So start to end. It is like that.
No, no,
If
no,
we
no.
start with some topics,
See,
no?
we have only 1 hour time, and
Yes.
what we have to talk in that 1 hour.
So, like
Can we talk means like we talked chronic disease or we talk
chronic
Madranatica?
What is
uh,
first important as per your and madam suggestion? Like organ of medicine should be understood first, or like chronic disease first? What
everything,
else?
everything is
Organon first. Organon first,
organon is
and
first.
to the advanced.
So
advancement.
make us understand first organ and then start with.
I
We
want
will
to
start.
just, I
I'm
have one
perfectly-
question.
Yes,
We
go ahead.
will discuss the next time. But I have a question. Like mostly slip disc and the L1, no, L4, L5 and S1. This is a protein. So how to will it eat? It is a there is a some psoric latent sora, or because the way I read the cause, there is a lifting or there is a no infection I got.
No, no,
What to-
listen. There is latent, I mean, infection is already there inside their body. That's why from that exciting cause of lifting, the person is being suffering.
So again, I have
Otherwise, he might not suffer.
means the protrusion of the disc might be cause of the some infectious or contagious disease in the
No,
past.
no. There might be a infection. See, infection is not at the same time the secondary symptom came. Secondary symptom might come after 10 years or 5
Yeah.
years or
Because
15 years. We
his age
don't
is
know.
25 years right now.
And see, that his age is not the part. Once I had a talk with Dr. What is name? Vijaykar sir, Praful
Yeah.
Vijaykar.
Okay.
And actually, it is like we argue with him on the subject.
Okay.
And he said that whenever a person had an injury,
Mhm.
if the Lacasil will have injury, he will fracture his left hand.
Okay.
And we say, how it is possible that it will fracture his left hand? In injury, anything can happen.
Yeah.
See, there is a cup having a two, and you fall that, and what are the chances? What are chances that only left will break?
Okay.
It will break any right or left, anything like that. So he said the Lacasil have particular susceptibility. Even if you fall on the right side, that might not break. But a slight force on the left side will broke his uh, arm or leg, whatever.
Okay.
But the right might need more force,
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, Praful Vijaykar sir story is a little bit different to Handyman.
No,
More-
we are not talking about what he's teaching, but what he said, how sensitivity of that lactasis is there. He
He
is
wants to
more
means the
prone,
lactasis is a more prominent to left side medicine.
left side,
because
right.
that's why the he's
Lac-
saying ki when the left side fracture is come, so we should give the lactasis.
No. He said whenever the lactasis person will have injury, the prominent means he will have what you call it,
Prominent side is
injuries
the left
or
side.
fractures. More injured his left side,
Yeah.
or he will broke his left side, left arm or left
Means
leg.
ki means he want to say ki if anybody is a lactasis constitutional or so it will be the left sided organs is the most susceptible or most
Prone,
sensitive for
yeah,
to for
more
the disease.
prone for
Okay.
the disease or injury.
That's why Hahnemann has us look at accidents and befallment to see where the most vulnerable areas are. And that can help
Exactly.
us select our medicine.
Yeah.
But there isn't really so much a thing as like a really like a
And
constitution.
that time we argue with Praful Vijaykar on this part. Because we are saying, okay, it's injury, and in injury, anything can happen. He might break his right or left or anything. It depends on the force. And he
Yeah,
said,
it depend on the force,
yeah,
not,
it is depend on the force, but what he says, more than the force, it is depend on the vulnerability of the person.
That's where
okay,
susceptibility comes in, and that's why we look at accidents and befallment. Because
Yeah.
then we know what areas of the body are more susceptible versus less susceptible. And
Exactly,
it makes a
exactly.
difference if it's right
And
side, left side.
now,
Things make a lot of difference in your selection of medicine.
and after 20 years, I understand that he was right. After 20 years. That time we are having arguments. Okay,
yes,
guys.
okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Actually, I'm sorry, Tikva, but I haven't had a dinner yet. And it's almost 11 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good night, ma'am. Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night. Good night. And you will have the session continuously.